We can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings better. Switch on to 94.3 Royal FM. You go.
All right, 94.3 Royal FM, the heartbeat of Kigali is what you're listening to. It's Jesse and Juliana Kigali in the morning. Now, before we actually get to, speak to the ladies in studio, something very small that you need to know. You need to actually know your car as you kickstart your day. It's very important to check your coolant. If you do not stay on top of changing your coolant, you actually you're in a risk of a serious corrosion inside your car, which is both gross and damaging for your car. So the coolant affects everything from the heater and of course the air conditioning and the radiator and of course the water pump as well. For something impacts that much on your car, it's an overall heartbeat of your car. So it's very, very important not to skip it and skip the maintenance. Do not skip the maintenance of your coolant. Please, 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 before you kickstart your day and ignite your engine, check on your coolant.
Thank you so much, Juliana, there with Know Your Car. This morning, it's Full House, and it's 8 at 8, brought to you by MTN. We have our guests with us. I am the only male.
How does it feel among 7 women?
I'm scared.
You shouldn't be scared.
I'm scared. First of all these are leaders. And Juliana is also one ruthless leader. She bites when she wants. She was asking, why am I not on this poster announcing women leaders?
It is what it is. I should be there.
So today, with us, we are privileged to have a former guild president of Mount Kigali University. Her name is Florence. And, it's a privilege one to be a guild president.
Absolutely.
Because here we talk about leading the future leaders of the country, an entire institution like MKUR. All right? And then she has a team of other leaders she has come with. She's a former, so she graduated and left. I don't know if she's in the marketplace. But also the current guild president, who apparently is also a woman, is here with us in the studios.
I'm about to know the science behind Mount Kigali itself, why they're having, and which I like. I applaud them for that.
Florence, good morning.
Good morning, Jesse.
Let's start with you introducing everyone who is here and who is here to join us on the conversation.
Yes. Good morning. Thanks for having us. My name is Florence Kudembe, and I'm former guild president, Mount Kigali University. I am with the current guild, who is Nyeman's Gloria, and then the Pearl, who is the minister in charge of international students. We also have Rose, who is the minister in charge of finances.
In charge of the money.
Yes,
She
in charge of the
looks
money. She looks money.
Very interesting. Our conversation today, Florence, it's you, women in leadership. You've been a guild president at an esteemed university, one of the best universities in the country. What inspired you to pick on a leadership role?
Thank you so much, Jesse. About what inspired me, I guess I will go a little bit in the background. I'm a mother of 2.
Okay.
So after that, I was like, I have to continue with studies because I had not completed my university before I got married. So when I gave birth to 2 kids, and that time I was home, seated, fully taking care of my children. And after that, my second born, when she started nursery 1, that's when I also resumed school.
Wow.
So I would wake up, prepare them for school, take them to school, and then wait for them. They come at lunchtime around 1 p.m. And then when they come in the evening, when they are ready, I also come to school for studies. So in mind, when you are a woman, you're already married, you have children, when you go back to school, in most cases, you're looking for a paper and probably you will go look for jobs. So being in leadership at the university wasn't my thing. Like, I never thought of it. So in my second year, being a student in mass media and mass communication, when we had just elected the new leaders, the ones that we came after, our lecturer, who is Festus, and he's the HOD, he came to class that time. I remember we were studying a course unit called Media House Management. So he complained of how students from media, journalism, are not taking leadership roles. And I was like, is that true? Is that for real? Like, they have never had a leader who is from journalism. How can that be? Because if a university has a department of law and journalism, possibly those are the students that take up the top the leadership roles. So I was like, if it is like that, then I have to break this. That's what I thought when the lecturer was mentioning it. So it kept like that, but later I realized it was true. No one had ever come up from the journalism school to become a leader. And I was like, yes, I'm coming up. And then I realized, since Mount Kenya, at that time it was still Mount Kenya, since it came to Rwanda, they have never had a female guild president. I was like, okay, I'm going out for these two. I'm going out for these two. In journalism, they have never had a leader. And the entire Mount Kigali University has never had a female guild president. And I was like, though I was here basically for studies and probably pick my paper, make sure I'm competent, I go out, look for jobs, but I'm going to take up this because I have to change something, and I know it will be of great importance. So that's what inspired me. And I vied for guild president. I was like, if I'm coming, I'm not coming for a position that is lower. I have to look forward and then take up the top position.
You aimed higher.
Yes.
And being the first female guild president.
Sure.
You remind me of a conversation we had the other day with Ondiro, who said, when there is room to take the space,
take the place.
Take the space. And
Own it.
You did exactly that. I just want to know, did you campaign against male contestants?
Sure. That time, I was one lady against 3 men.
Wow.
Yes, two. We were 3.
But contestants.
2 were males, and I was the only female. Yes. So how it happened, being a communicator who was from the journalism school, it was easier for me to speak to students. So that I can convey exactly what they need, what I will do for them. I was a bit like eloquent. I would communicate to them and they would understand this is the guild we need. So that was the first thing that I can say that helped me win. The other one is that I was the only female who was coming up as the guild. They had never seen that. And they saw my confidence. They saw how I was able to deliver exactly what I was going to do. And then that time, I came to realize that even from lecturers and everyone, they were telling us that's the only time campaigns were of a different level. Previously,
because there was a woman involved.
There was a woman involved. And you know, when a woman gets into something, wholeheartedly, something has to change.
It has to
so
work.
That is exactly what happened. Something changed.
You were doing the Kamala Trump kind of thing.
So you actually decided to make your vice president a female as well?
Actually, about my vice guild that time, the current guild was my vice.
Exactly where my point I'm going.
Yes. So I remember when we were doing that, when we had just handed over our applications, we met somewhere within school and we sat. She was like, you know what, I'm coming up for vice guild. I was like, really? Okay, let's go for this. And then I told them, ladies, she had some other lady. I told them, ladies, we are not of them that will just sit down and see things being done right there. we can also join. We can also join and do something. So I told them, as we are coming in for this, let's show that if we are into something, we can do it. And we're like, whatever that they have not seen, we are coming up for this, and we are definitely going to win it. And so they were like, you know what? Let's go for it. And trust me, this lady, she was even where I can't explain how she was also into it wholeheartedly, and then she won because we campaigned, and truly students voted us. They voted us and we won.
Wait a minute. So you were guild president,
Yes.
and when you are leaving, you wanted your vice to occupy the space. So you campaigned for her as well.
I actually did not say that I wanted her, but I knew her as someone that I had worked
And you
with.
should take over.
Yes. So she came and talked to me. She was like, you know what? I feel I can take up the position of guild president, because we had looked into the
Just like
students.
Biden says that Kamala can be a very good candidate.
I guess so. But you know, when you have worked with someone, you know their capabilities. You know how much they can go to accomplish something. So when she came to me, she was like, because I used to ask her, are you coming for the guild? She was like, I'm not yet decided. But later she told me, you know what, friends, I'm coming up. And I was like, yes, because I knew her capabilities. I said, because I cannot nominate her, I only tell her, please go ahead.
Who nominates?
No one, because you just apply. Even she had some other two males who were against her, but she campaigned and she won.
Now let me talk to the president.
Yes.
Madam
Madam President,
President,
Guild President.
Mount Kigali University.
Yes.
What was it like from transitioning from being the guild president to becoming the president? Were there any surprises or challenges that you have seen or you've anticipated?
Okay, thank you so much.
Please, your name again, Madam President.
Yes, my name is Nyamanzi Gloria Esther. I'm the current guild president. And as she said, I was the former vice guild president.
So the whole administration is female, by the look of things.
Right now, like, it's the first time in Mount Kigali University, we are having a team made up of many females. Like, I think our pass in the office, me and Florence, did make a big impact to the female in the university.
Okay.
Because this time we are having around 6 female in 8 position. It's the impact that we created, me and her. So like I was the vice, and I wasn't yet decided if I would go for the guild president. I was still thinking and saying, will I be able to manage it like the way the guild did it? I gave myself time to think, and I said, why not? I can try. I know I'm a consistent person, and I tried. I thought about it very well, and then I decided to join the race of the guild. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be a little bit challenging, because I was saying, I used to belong in the leadership. It will be easy for me to get it. But the surprise was that it was even harder for me to get it than when I was campaigning for the vice.
What was the challenge? What made it harder?
First of all, I thought for me to be nominated as a candidate will be easier. Well, it became a little bit hard. Like, they were saying, how comes you were already in the position, in the office, and now you want to come back again? You have to resign first, things like that.
Harris.
Yeah. How come you have been the vice president, now you want to run as a president?
Yeah.
You've been in the system. What are you going to bring on the table that is different from the last administration?
That was the main challenge that I faced. I had like to resign, first of all, for my position of the vice. I resigned, and when I resigned, like, the letter was hard for it to be approved, but at the end of the day it was approved. And then I joined in when, like, they had already started campaigning. That's when I joined in. But like, when I joined it, I said I'm going to work hard for me to catch up the days that the other had already started. There were 2 males and I was the only female. So I had like to really work hard, like 24. I could be there at the campus from morning till evening. I could go in classes like to speak, to engage people. And they was like, what did you even do so that we can vote for you? I was like,
Exactly, that takes my question. What exactly stood out that made people vote for you and not vote for the other gender?
well, I think on my own side, I believe our team, when we entered in, she was the girl that was the vice. I think that's when students started to realize that there is Mokusa in Mount Kigali, that there is a team of leaders. We try to approach students. We try to come up with certain things that could help them, like engage them in other activities of ledgers and everything. That's what made them understand me. There could even be some classes that I could go in during the campaign of the guild. And when we could go with the other men, they could say, we have already our person here, so
You know what? I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'm imagining you campaign. You're very soft spoken. I do not know how you were doing it. Because you need like a lot of energy, convince people, and you're laid back. And I'm just wondering how did you manage to convince people?
Well, it's not the matter of being soft. It's the matter of being able to convince people to vote for you.
That is it.
You must have substance within.
Yes.
You know.
So I made sure I had what it took me to convince them to vote for me. I went there, I could speak, and the way I could even approach the lecturers, like requesting them for time to campaign, the student could see like she's already like
A leader.
they already know her, she's already a leader. That's I think that's also made a difference for me. Like they could say, we already have someone to vote, please don't come and campaign for the position of the guild.
Let me just wonder, in your family where you come from, are you a last born or a first born?
I'm the last born.
You look like a last born.
She does.
So,
Wow.
is your vice here? Your current vice?
Yeah.
The Hajat.
She's here, and she used to be the secretary of the team we were in as the.
When Florence was a good
Guys,
president.
it doesn't look like the system changed much. What is this? So the Hajat finally arrived.
Yeah, she arrived, and we worked with her during the campaign, and I think she also faced the same challenge as I faced, because like she also had to resign and everything, and I think the teamwork we had with her also made a difference because they could see her. So if two leaders, like the two top leaders, do understand each other, it will make it easier for them to reach the management to change things.
So let me speak to the Hajat.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hajat.
Good morning.
You just need to come closer to the mic there. Yes, thank you.
Please get closer to the microphone. What's your name though?
Oh,
Because I'm nicknaming you Hajat.
well, my name is Maida Shaban Said. Yes.
So you're the vice president.
Yes, I'm the vice guild president.
Okay, interesting. How does it feel to be a vice president in a male-dominated community where those positions are usually taken by the other gender? It's vice president and vice president. Usually those positions are for men. How does it feel to be in a male-dominated position?
Actually, it feels good because if you check the record of Mount Kigali, which was Mount Kenya, most of the tops was male for the presidency and the guild and the vice guild. I feel like Florence made a lot of impact when she stood up and became the guild, which made a lot of females, especially including me. You know, at first when I was the Secretary General, when Florence could approach me, I'd be like, Maida, do you know you can run for vice guild? And I was like, no, that's not for me. I can never run that. That's very, very big. And she could like tell me, no, why don't you believe in yourself? Just try it. And when you are almost finishing, when you're almost done with our time, she could come again and be like, Maida, don't go for another position. Just go for vice guild. I know you are capable. So actually, for me, I could say that Florence was the one who encouraged me mostly in this position, in which at first I thought that I wouldn't get it, especially the moment I found out that I was the only female in that position vying. There were almost like, I think 4 men, and I was the only female. So imagine competing with 4 gentlemen with suits, and I'm the only Hajat.
Very interesting. I need to meet the men that you guys competed against. What are they doing?
They were real giants, though.
But I'm very proud of you, ladies.
By
It's
the
not
way,
easy to do.
yesterday I came across this comment from one of these famous musicians. Is it Kaji?
Cardi B.
No, famous musician from Burundi. She sings traditional folk music.
Yeah. She's called.
I'm forgetting, but she was here for the motorsport.
Yes, I saw.
And she made a comment yesterday when she had a picture of Sandrine Sheja and another lady who participates in the
Oh,
rallies.
she's also a rally driver. Yes, I know.
Karimenya, yes. And she said it's only in Rwanda where women are kings.
No doubt.
But then that statement got me thinking. Should women be comfortable being called kings? Shouldn't women just be comfortable? We don't have to be kings. We're queens and we're enough.
I think it depends on how you want to carry that or how you actually perceive it when they say that to you, because also we all know that king dominates the whole kingdom, right? And if you want to perceive it in that manner that you are the king and you're dominating, which is not bad to dominate, by the way, it's just that
You can dominate when you're queen.
absolutely,
We're
no
not the
doubt.
queen of
We are
England.
queens who are dominating the whole world. I mean, we're running the world, which is very, very good. But also, it depends on who's telling you that and how you want to receive it. You can still be the queen and king that dominates the whole world. There's nothing wrong with that.
Florence,
Yes.
you spoke of you being a mother of two and then you coming back to school. I just wanted to us to be able to navigate the challenges of being a mother and then choosing to get back to school. I have a sister who got married before she went to the university. And this man lied to my sister that just give birth. And then after,
I'll take you back
I'll
to
take
uni.
you back to school. And that has not happened. Every
no.
time I see that man, I want to beat him up.
No, I mean, I totally feel you. But I mean, look at me. I failed to go back to school. I have totally failed. You know, I failed to do masters. I failed to go back to school. Adult
It's quite
education
challenging.
is challenging.
How did you navigate that?
Yes. First, it takes an understanding man who is in position of supporting you, and probably the man that loves you and the man that has seen how capable you are. So it is something, after giving birth to 2 children and also holding on before I go back to school. And then when my second born, who could be probably the last for the moment, for the moment.
It's always for the moment, yes.
For the moment. When she started school, that's when I also came. But it takes a man that understands, who loves you, and who is able and there to support you. So he supported me and was like, please go ahead. No, me when I was still in secondary, I thought I would either do law, journalism, and then the next would be probably IT, because I understand IT so much, though I did not
Pursue it.
pursue it. So he was like, we were looking at the course that I can do. I had done a bit of psychology and I did not complete it. So I was like, can I still get psychology so that I can continue with it here in Rwanda? Because that time I wasn't in Rwanda. So when I looked through it, I realized psychology was only in UR, and that is in Huye. As a married woman who has children, I wouldn't look at going to Huye and then leaving my family. So I was like, I have to get a different course here within Rwanda, within Kigali, so that I can pursue it. He's the one that told me, my husband, was like, Florence, basing on how I know you, I think you can do well in journalism. I was like, oh, okay. Do you know that was one of the courses that I really liked? And I was like, we started looking around where we can find it, and then here at Mount Kenya University. I was like, now it being the international university, well and good. That's the university and that's the course that I'm doing. So that's how I came back to school, and he supported me. About the challenges, it's real challenging. But when you're well prepared and you have a zeal within you of that you're going to pursue, of course, you will overlook the challenges. And whenever there is a challenge, you will look for ways on how to get over the challenges. So the challenges are there, and there are so many, but when you're determined about this very thing, you will still get it. Because in the School of Journalism, I'm one of the students, not even one of the students, one of the top students that were always available. Always available. Be it lectures, be it trainings, be it the courseworks, because journalism, we have a lot of practicals, cameras, this and the other. And then I'll make sure whenever an assignment was given, it was me doing it first, beyond every other responsibilities that I had. But it is a matter of saying, I have this, I have this, I have this. Then how do I make sure I do them at once and I am not caught up by time? So that's how I managed.
So you majored in broadcast or?
No, I managed. Actually, currently, we only major in PR at MKU. But they are bringing others, but I majored in PR.
Interesting.
Though mass media, it is mass.
It is mass media.
Yes.
So we
Thank
have a
you.
lady who is in charge of money in this system, in the leadership of Mount Kigali University. She's in charge of finance, and honestly, she looks the money. I do not know
She
why.
looks the part of the money.
Yes. I don't know, but yeah, I was going to say other things, but I hope she's managing the money very well. Good morning.
Morning to you. How are you?
Your name, please, again.
Rose Karangwa.
Karango, very interesting. So you are in charge of finance.
Sure.
And are you working with other men? Because it looks like the whole system is full of women.
Currently, I'm working with 6 ladies and 2 men.
So you are also at Mount Kigali.
Yes.
Which course are you doing?
Business.
That is why you're in
doing
finance. Very
Business management.
Okay. Because of time, and now that I have you ladies here, I just want to find out from you. A leadership, I should not say it's just something coincidental that happened to you. You wanted it, so you've pursued it. Would you want to carry on your leadership skills and experience to become political leaders at some point in life, because you've tested the challenges of managing a bigger society? Is that something that you'll feel at one point in life you should be representatives in parliament, or different levels of leadership for the country?
Or somewhere, Senate. Do you see yourselves there?
To me? Yes.
You want to pursue it?
I do. Here in Rwanda, it's systematic. You don't just wake up and you're like,
I want to be.
Yes, I want to be. Yes, but I think it's a best way to do it, because this is someone you are depending on what you have been doing, who you are, how far you have gone, you can get there. It's way different than this thing where someone wakes up and they are from a certain village and you're coming up. Today I want to be a member of parliament, without you don't know anything. It's just a matter of giving people money and they will vote you. I think I don't support that thing. But when it is systematic and they know you have done this, you're here, it's a matter of understanding. So how you do it, like me, here I have been the guild. We also have families and different clubs, but among them we had RPF Ngotanyi at MKU, and I was also the chair.
You're the chair of the RPF?
Yes, I was the
Madam
chair.
Florence.
So I'm speaking
I
to
see
the
you.
future
Hey.
Prime Minister or something.
I tell you.
I was the chairperson. So being the chairperson, you begin there. And the things you're able to organize in that time, because it was also not known, but thanks to the former guild, the one that I came after, he had also done some mobilizations. And when I came up, actually, he also supported me. These are the men actually we need. Men who can be able to sit down a man and a female, they talk to them and they are able to say, yes, this female, I think she's way better than this man. And then they support you. So this is what the former guild did. When I talked to him, he was like, I think you are the guild that we need. So being in that, becoming the guild and becoming the chairperson of the RPF Ingotanyi at Mount Kigali University, last week on Thursday, we handed over to the new leadership, and we did it well. We even got credits of what we had achieved. And from there, I'm not stopping there. From within the village, here you know the system, it begins from the village where you stay. They call it Mudugudu. So I'm continuing there. You become a leader in Mudugudu. And then after there, Kagari, you're going up. That's how you move.
I see. I love your resilience.
Yes.
Very
If
You have to be
people see-
intentional.
I know, very, very intentional.
Calculative moves.
if people see what you're able to do, definitely you will win yourself something, or you will take up a certain position because of what you have been able to do, to achieve, and the resilience. Yes.
If we had like so many, like about so many Florences, I think the world would be a better place. See,
I love the fact that she's been able to groom all of these
yeah,
and
exactly.
interest them to take up, leadership. There's a lady we have not spoken to this morning. Good morning, lady.
Good morning, how are you?
I feel like we have kept so silent on you. But before we get into the news this hour, I know your name is Par, right? What's your docket at the university?
I'm the International Students Minister.
International Students Minister.
Yeah.
Great.
no, you sound international.
This question is coming to you all, but I'll start with Pearl. So this morning, and not just this morning, as of yesterday, we had this news. I'm glad we have Hajat in the studios. We had this news, a president of a republic. What's her name again? Remind me.
Salam Suluhu.
The president
President
of the
Suluhu.
Republic of Tanzania made remarks encouraging women and men to be okay with the issue of men can marry multiple wives. Now, this coming from a leader and a woman, it did not sit so well with so many
Of
people.
us.
I saw somebody on X yesterday suggesting that can the reverse also be okay, that women can marry
Multiple
multiple
persons.
men.
Multiple men, yes. I've always asked that.
You want to marry more than one?
Why not if it's possible?
Who makes it possible? You should make it
It's
possible.
your pockets that make it possible.
Oh, you want to be the sponsor?
I rebuke that, by the way. I cannot. I'm just trying to create a situation, but I'm a strong Christian. Like I don't believe in that nonsense.
Paul, where does this sit with you? A whole president suggesting that men can marry multiple wives.
Actually, I don't like that idea of men marrying multiple wives because we women by nature, we don't like sharing.
You don't like sharing?
Yes. Like
Do,
when
do
it
you
comes
live
to
in
men,
Kigali?
no.
Do you
when
live in Kigali?
Do you live in Kigali? We share. You've not heard of that statement.
They don't share.
But
You've not heard the statement of Kigali we
oh
share.
God.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So like knowing the nature of women, like sharing one man, they don't feel good about it. They don't feel good about sharing one man. So like recently I saw like in our constitution from home it
Where's
was there
home
were
again?
changes.
I want
Zimbabwe.
He was from Zimbabwe.
There
I was
were
about to tell you.
changes like on the constitution that since men want to marry multiple wives, so the ladies
Should also be allowed.
they should have the same
The same right.
Yes,
Is
should have the
that
same
is in the
right.
Constitution?
Yes,
it's
that
it's a change.
it's
The
they are
Constitution.
going to make
a
changes,
proposal.
and there were points to be changed that if men want to marry multiple wives, and then women can do just the same. So, like, I think it depends. Like, sometimes we say equality, like women are equal to men, so they can do what men can do. Like in leadership now, where like women can lead as much as men can lead. But I think in marriage is different. It's different. Imagine yourself as a lady having 2 husbands.
I have an auntie who actually has 3 husbands.
I still get shocked about what your auntie. But we have a Hajat whose religion could maybe should understand this better. What is your take on this? Should we allow our men to have multiple wives?
Okay, so it depends with the circumstances. Personally speaking, as a religious lady, okay, I don't support it, but what has put me in that condition? I have a husband. I'm not able to give birth. So, should my husband get another wife? Yes, he can. I cannot bear children. But one thing that our nation doesn't fit to understand, especially men, is they don't know how to balance.
To balance.
They cannot multitask.
Balance the love,
I
balance
think
the attention.
That's the reason as to why women don't like sharing, actually.
Because of that lack
Balancing.
of balancing.
In Islam, it says that a man can marry, okay? You can marry the second wife, but they should be equal. And even before you want to do something, you're supposed to involve the first wife. But what do we do nowadays? You marry the second wife,
And
you
the
forget about the first wife.
You keep marrying.
Yeah, you
But
keep marrying.
the circumstances could determine the attention that you give. One wife has nyash, one hasn't. One
Oh my God. Okay.
One is short.
Okay. Personally, let me.
So for example, Hajat, your husband has not. You can bear children. You have actually bear children as a first wife.
Yeah.
And he simply tells you he has fallen out of love with you. Yes, he does not. He wants you to be there as a first wife, but he's no longer in love. He has a new girl on board.
Okay.
He wants to bring on. What would you consent?
Okay, first of
As a
all,
first
the approach is rude. What do you say? If you don't love me, then let's divorce, period. That's it.
The thing is, Hajat, situation is he does not in love with you anymore. The love is not there, but he wants you as you're the partner. And in Islam, it's allowed, I'm told.
Yeah.
So you're going to be left there as a first wife, and because the reason he has given you is he's not in love with you anymore. Would you allow him to get another wife?
If he allows me to choose, yes, I will.
If he allows you to choose the wife for him?
Yeah.
Allah.
Yeah, I
So
will.
we are now choosing wives. For
Yeah, you are allowed. You're allowed
So
to choose for
in
your
that
husband.
in this fact, would you choose who would you choose? Your friend or your sister?
I'll call my friend. Please, pal, come, let's. My husband. No, you said that you want nyash. I'll bring him nyash.
I like you. I like you.
Interesting. Shall we have the news?
I know that the news is coming shortly, and it's been very interesting. But let me just hear from the current guild president. Your thoughts on this when you hear your leaders choosing nyash for their husband. Would you support this?
No, well, I'm used to that
You're used to her conversations.
girl. I'm used to her, but on my side, for me, I can't accept. So if you're choosing another one, it means you are done with me. So
You're also going to choose somebody else.
I will obviously walk away. Yeah, maybe I will try to, if we have kids.
But look, guys, we have a whole president of a nation. She is a second wife. Suluhu is a second wife.
You know.
Yes.
Can I add something on that?
Yes.
For me, I support her
Who?
because Suluhu, in the current world, we have to embrace diversity. And we have to know that we have different cultures.
Karango, I am still speechless. Okay. I'm turning to even.
We have different cultures.
I agree.
There are some cultures that allow that. And if the culture allow it, it is her opinion. It's not my opinion. As for her, if it's okay with her, I think there's no problem.
Are you married?
And for me, if it's okay with me not being a second wife or first wife, it's okay.
Are you married?
I'm not.
That's why.
No,
No, that's not right, but she's okay. But
She's okay.
do you
She's-
mind being a second wife?
I don't mind.
being a second wife?
And I don't mind being a first wife.
Finished.
You can be second, you can be first, you can be third.
As human beings, sometimes we can get married before knowing each other very well. And then after the marriage, things maybe they're not going well. It's okay for us to go separate ways, or because
Actually,
of the kids.
Wives
we
can
continue.
be friends. 4 wives can be friends together and groom a
This
home.
Zimbabwe girl is allowing.
Give her the microphone.
I think it's better for you let your husband take another wife, because now you are aware that there is someone. Because it's like some men in nature, they go out and have some other ladies,
Side chicks.
side chicks and
Yeah.
what. But for me, at least now I know that there is
Official.
There is Gloria, there is Shaban. I know the ladies that we are with in our same circle. Then he's going out there
You
with
can
other
even
ladies that I
organize
don't
them.
even know,
You
and
can-
I don't even know where they are going after.
You know?
When they. So I think it's better.
You
So
organize
the
them,
ladies
take
that
them
I
to a
know-
clinic.
What do you think of the constitution in your place, in your country?
In your country.
Should also they allow us marry other men?
It's fair. We are all women. We are all human. Why can't we make such
So-
decisions? But for ladies, it's somehow.
How?
It's somehow not sitting well.
No, those are double standards.
Yeah.
If they're saying men should marry multiple men, women should also marry.
Yeah, it should be fair. Yeah. Because, but somehow to ladies, I don't know.
Eh.
It just limits us. For men,
What
it
limits
seems
us? I
okay.
feel all the
But
same.
imagine if you are a woman, can you manage 5 husbands? But I think ladies can manage, because for us we can manage the
Multitask.
attention. We can
Thank you.
multitask.
The
I
attention.
can give you the same attention. 1, 2, 3. But for men, they can just concentrate on one and
One at a time.
and
Men
the
are good
others are
guys.
depressed.
What makes them good?
One at a time.
But why do you want to take more if you're saying one at a time?
The last word will be with Florence.
Yes. About Her Excellence, the President of Tanzania, I think what she mentioned, first, it is that she is a Muslim. And the Islamic allows that.
Yeah.
So she had all it takes to say that. And her being the second wife, she's still in support of what she's doing. The other one is that also depending on cultures. But coming back to me, I know her saying it as a president, there is a lot that is going to do or to influence. But back to me as Florence, what I think, to me, I wouldn't like it when my husband gets married to someone else.
So you don't like sharing?
It depends on what we are sharing.
You're sharing a man.
Because I really do share. I share with people, but there are things that cannot be shared.
No, we
My
are saying
man is my man.
You don't want to share
And
your
then
man.
I also make sure I'm his woman. So we keep it at that. But when circumstances come up, like maybe we realize we are not compatible and something raising, instead of killing each other or something happens, it would be better you part your ways.
Divorce.
But to me as a Christian, the Bible says we are there. It's only death that will.
We cannot divorce.
Yes, we cannot divorce. Yes, but when the man is like it's this, then we'll look into it. But as a Christian,
We're not
it's
leaving
dead.
the home.
I'm not leaving the home.
Come and buy.
Another one comes.
Coming in.
You become 2.
Very interesting
Just say like
conversation this morning. A very interesting conversation as we speak to women leaders, led by Florence, who is a former Guild President at Mount Kigali University, the current Guild President also here with us, and the entire cabinet. to have this conversation of women in leadership and also to just hear some of their thoughts, which is interesting to hear your opinions on some of these, breathtaking topics around us. I appreciate it, Florence and your team. We look forward to having you for several conversations that we can have that are engaging for those that hear us. 17 minutes after 9 o'clock, our news is delayed, but Jean-Baptiste has been waiting patiently. We'll usher in the news shortly.